Welcome to the Bulldogs Coaches Show, featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zack Hudson. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Joe Brown for Grayson County District Attorney.
All right, Coach, second year in a row, you're off to a 1-0 start. That's got to be refreshing for the kids.
It is. After a long two-a-days and a couple of weeks of full pads and scrimmages that don't feel like games and things like that, it's always good to start off with a win and beat good teams. Bottom's gotten a lot better this year, and so it was nice to start off and control the game like we did.
We talked last week about replacing Anthony Hawthorne and how you do that. You said you did it with a plethora of backs, and you did, and Jaden Matthews stepped up as well.
He did, and we knew he would. He did a great job for us last year. He's done a great job during two-a-days, had a great summer. So, we knew he would be just fine. Of course, our offensive line, there's still some change going on, trying to find a couple spots that really, so we can save them for defense at times and things like that. But they did a good job of blocking. And the other back stepped up, which makes it easier on Jaden because the other, they can't look at one back the entire night. And so it's going to make it difficult to scout us and try to hone in on one guy because there was three of them. They all had even amounts of yardage as far as positions go. So it was a good night.
Defensively, you pressured quarterback Copeland really well. And Winston Moss had an interception. Seems like everything you thought might happen did.
Well, we changed the defense up just due to the personnel. And it seems to be right now like it's been a good thing for us. Winston has stepped up. He has a very good knack for the football, knack and where to be. Just one of those natural kids that do it. But the other kids, a lot of the pressures we have are coverage sacks and things like that because of the great coverage we had throughout everybody. So Zach Blevin stepped up. Nick did his job, and one of those nights that the secondary performed better than we almost expected. So that was good to see.
Now, one thing that we have to talk about that we probably don't want to is the pre-snap penalties.
Right.
That seemed to kind of hamper the offense a little bit.
It does. The way we run to the line and try to snap it quick, sometimes you run into that early in the season. And it's one of those things that, you look at in practice, and I guess sometimes you kind of don't see that from the behind the kids because you're looking at the blocking so much. And just one of those things that us as coaches got to get better at watching during practice to make sure that when they get in the game, their memory is not lining up over the ball. And it wasn't by much. It was an inch here, 2 inches there. But, if you're in the neutral zone, you're in the neutral zone.
Munster Sacred Heart tonight. You beat them last year 44-16. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
I think their quarterback got hurt during the last scrimmage and has a broken finger. Of course, that's one reason we love playing them is because that quarterback is very good. But they still have a great back. They got two good receivers, a couple linemen, and they're always good. I don't think they get the credit they deserve, but they always bring a tough football team, and those German communities, they're going to play tough, and they're going to play to the bitter end, so it's always good to play those games.
You're on the road for the first time. What's this travel schedule like?
We make it the same. It'll be the same, from the time we were in the playoffs last year and everything else. We get to the stadium about 5:15, and kind of relax for about 30 minutes and start getting ready, and we hit pregame about 6. So nothing really changes. We do the same thing for home games because we have to travel over here from the high school, so they get used to the routine.
Last question: how does this program feel overall compared to when you first got here?
There's a belief. I really believe that. There's some expectations, and expectations are good. Sometimes they're hard, and sometimes people aren't used to expectations, but expectations are always good. And I feel like there's a belief in the community and with our parents, some trust there that's built. So as long as that stays there, and those kids come to practice every day wanting to win, not just wanting to play, and that's a different feeling. And so it's a different feeling. But again, they're kids. You love them every year. So it's just as a community and as a whole, there's a big difference.
This has been the Bulldogs Coaches Show featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zack Hudson.
It's a great place to live, and it's a place I want to make better. We have a theater here, we have a symphony, we have all of the amenities that make this a great place to live. How do we continue to progress as a community while still holding on to those conservative values that we grew up with? And it's a question that I ask myself. After 15 years in office, it's not just a job, it can't be. Megan and I have decided to raise our kids here. We're invested in this community. When I think about my older daughter playing sports, my younger daughter in theater, and think about what their life will be, I want them to have the same great experiences that I did growing up. And I want them to know that their dad did everything that he possibly could to keep this community safe, to make it a great place to grow up. Grayson County is growing. There's no way to deny that. And with that comes the opportunity for progress. Together, we can make sure it's the kind of progress that a community as great as ours deserves.